Living with the Dead is a story about a girl named Max McLean, and she has just experienced her ex-boyfriend's suicide. And after he commits suicide, she goes on a sort of quest.
This movie is about dealing with loss. What happens to a person that is the survivor of a suicide, and how they have to kind of piece together what possible reasoning that didn't communicate their reason for leaving.
It's very dark, but it's also a movie about hope and about rebuilding, and I think that there is, while it being very deep and there are a lot of elements that are very sad, there's also a lot of happiness that results from the discovery and the journey that all these people go on.
Real people dealing with real things, like there's the overwhelming sense of being lost and not knowing what to do. So you get up, you buy a bus ticket, and you go on an adventure, and you just see what happens.
I really wanted to make a film that could relate to people that were going through times of extreme loneliness or feelings of loss, especially people that were in their late teens, early 20s. And I really wanted to create something that is not just a sad story, but a hopeful story.
Psychology and therapy and, mental institutions and women's mental health. We've made great strides, but it does feel a little bit like there's still not a large vocabulary for any of that.
There's a lot of information out there on depression and a lot of information on suicide and people's dealing with such tragedies. But I think this film hit something a little different.
I've worked on different projects before that dealt with the themes of suicide. My last film was a short film called The Visions of Dylan Bradley, and one of the characters decides to commit suicide, and it's a very different film than Living with the Dead. The tone is cheerful, it's a comedy.
I would definitely see this film. This film is right up my alley, but I really do believe that there's going to be something in it for everybody.
It's something that I feel not only emotionally connected to, but something that I really think could help people and help young people that are trying to discover who they are. And so every dollar goes towards someone's meal for that day, or part of the wardrobe or equipment, and everyone is essentially doing this for the love of the project and for the message.
Once this film gets out, I think that a lot of people are going to be able to connect. This is a spectacularly delicate film, and it's going to take a steady hand to be able to do it, and any kind of help that we can get in trying to make such a beautiful and worth communicating effort out there would be greatly appreciated.